Hello, Mia here. This is very impromptu, um, which means it's really just for my YouTube community, my YouTube fam, because I doubt this is going to pop up in anyone else's feed. Hey guys, Mia here. Thanks so much. This channel has grown over the last month with a lot of shares happened when the protests started happening for Black Lives Matter. And so I got a lot of people coming on over to my channel. I see that there's 2 people watching. Hey there, how are you? How are you doing? Just let me know in the chat if you feel up for it. So this is pretty impromptu because I've been trying to schedule a video for all of y'all. And I just wanted to cut the fluff and just come on live and talk about where I've been, what's been going on with me, because I have not been on this channel for a while. I haven't been consistent, and to be totally honest and transparent, it makes my stomach sink a little bit. It makes me kind of sad because I started off my journey online sharing my mental health journey 3 years ago on YouTube. And the people on YouTube have been very good to me. Those of you who've been following me since the beginning, or if you just joined last week or whatever, thank you for watching my content. Thank you for being here for the journey. I really appreciate you. I wanted to come on to say, if you don't know, there's just been a few changes since the shutdown happened in California back in end of March. My husband was laid off, and it was a very scary week where we had no idea where our income was going to come from. And a miracle happened, and I got a job as a communications manager at a nonprofit. And so within a matter of a week, I went from being a full-time stay-at-home mom, which I had been for the last 3.5 years, to a full-time employee. And in addition to that, I had a client as well that I was doing part-time freelance work for. And as you know, I also was doing YouTube content, and I create content on Instagram pretty much every day. And so all of a sudden, just my responsibilities just expanded, and it was a lot. It was a big transition. And my husband had a huge transition as well because he became a full-time stay-at-home dad. And so to be honest with you, I am sad that I haven't been on here and I've been consistent, but I also need to practice what I preach. And I have been practicing what I preach, which is why I haven't been on here. I've been prioritizing my well-being in this crisis, as I hope that you have been doing. I have been making sure that I don't add more to my plate than I absolutely have to. So basically, I do my mom duties. I put time into my marriage. I exercise. I go to bed at a decent hour. I get my job done that pays my bills. And that's why you haven't really seen me on here that much, because it takes a lot of time and effort and energy to create that very planned, professional looking content on YouTube that you're used to seeing from me, that's well lit, well shot, well edited. It takes a lot of time, and my YouTube channel doesn't make money right now. Hopefully it will in the future, and then I can really dedicate more time to this. But because it doesn't, I really have been having to hone in and conserve my energy on the things that had become my priorities. So anyway, all that being said, I just wanted to come on here and check in with you and let you know what's been going on. I have not abandoned YouTube. I have not left this community. This is where I began, and I hope to stay here no matter how imperfectly I show up, whether it's with a nice camera and great editing, or if it's just you, me, and my webcam and no fluff. Like, really, I just hope that you know how much I appreciate those of you who have been watching my content, who have been here, who have been getting value from this. And I'm grateful for every single one of you, and I genuinely hope that you're okay, because I know that there's so much uncertainty happening right now. It can be a lot, especially if you were already struggling with some sort of mental challenge or emotional challenge. And then this happened, right? The pandemic, schools being closed, people losing their jobs. Like, I understand it's hard. So I want to say that I hope that you're taking good care of yourself. And that reminds me, I wanted to bring up the fact that I've been doing some, I guess, investigating of my own with how people are doing on my Instagram. And I decided to host a week of cultivating self-compassion. So it was a little free challenge I hosted on Instagram. So if you're not following me, definitely go follow me there at Mia Hemstad. And so for 7 days, sorry, I sound nasally. I have really bad sinusitis. So for 7 days, each day I checked in with everybody, asking what they did to be compassionate or kind to themselves that day. And it was really cool. There was so many comments each day from people who had made themselves a nice cup of coffee, did something just for fun, people who decided to rest and stop working so long, and people who went for walks in the park, people who exercised, people who made themselves a nice meal. Like, just, it was so inspiring to see what everyone was doing. And it just made me realize, and this is something that's been on my heart all month, that I think, especially in times of crisis, we need to be even more diligent about taking care of ourselves. I think our natural tendency is to be in crisis mode and to just be hustling and working hard and scared of what might happen, right? For instance, my husband losing his job and being unemployed for that time period, even though it was short, it does make me feel like I need to be working all the time because I'm scared of the next time we might lose a job, right? But it's important that we don't let fear rule our lives and that we still try to enjoy the time on this earth that we have. And so that's why on my Instagram, I've been encouraging people to cultivate self-compassion, to be kind to themselves, to take care of themselves, because the only way you're going to sustain through a crisis is by taking care of yourself. You're not going to be able, your mind and your body will not be able to sustain the stress in the outer world that's happening in the outer world if you're not working on and taking care of your inner world. So, and the other thing is, we don't know when this crisis is going to be over. We don't know when the economy is going to get better. We don't know when this virus is going to be gone. We don't know anything right now. And that makes it even more important that we are taking care of ourselves, because if we're going to sustain and not have a mental breakdown and not keep snapping at our loved ones and not, hate ourselves for falling into negative coping mechanisms or whatever, we really have to prioritize the self-care. So that brought this idea to the forefront of my heart and my mind to bring together a sisterhood, a community of women who needed more support, who needed some accountability to take care of themselves. Because what I noticed in the self-compassion challenge I did on Instagram is that people really enjoyed having someone check in with them to make sure that they were not only taking good care of themselves, but that they could share it with other people, that they could see how other people were taking care of themselves and also be a part of a community of women who were all doing the same thing. So I did not want you all on YouTube, if you're not following me on Instagram, I wanted to make sure you all knew that I launched a membership called No Longer Last. And the intention of this membership is for women to stop putting themselves last. Because if you're like me, you probably grew up, hey, Stephanie, I'm so excited for you to start on Saturday too. If you're like me, you probably grew up having modeled to you this behavior that if you want to love well, especially when you become a mom or just when you become a wife, or if you want to be a good friend, it's modeled to women that to love well, we have to forget ourselves. That somehow if we love ourselves, there won't be enough love to go around. And I'm telling you from my experience as a mom of 2 kids, I used to be a caregiver for my brother who was very sick. I am one of 11 children. I'm the middle child. I grew up raising my younger siblings. Caregiving was a part of my life. And what I've learned from a lifetime of caregiving is that when you don't take care of yourself, you have less bandwidth, less love, less compassion, less patience to give to other people. And you end up becoming resentful, bitter, exhausted, frustrated, and then burnt out, and then depressed potentially. I've been through this cycle so many times. I literally can't count how many times I've been burnt out. And the antidote to this that I've discovered over the last 6 years of going to therapy and doing inner work, I have learned that the only antidote to this is to truly prioritize yourself and your needs every day. And so I know that can sound overwhelming, and it's a huge mental shift, and it does take time, which is why this is not a mini course. It's why this isn't a 7-day challenge. I truly think that if you want to see these results, you have to work on this every day for at least 3 months. So I've created No Longer Last. It's 3 months long, and it's for those of you who are interested in sisterhood, for those of you who are interested in compassionate accountability, so that you can check in and say, hey, here's what I did for myself today. The intention behind this group is that you are encouraged to do one small thing for yourself every day. Small. I'm not asking you to give yourself a spa experience every day, because that's not realistic. The purpose behind doing a small thing to nourish yourself every day is not only that this is more doable and practical and realistic, but as you are committing to this, these old mindsets and thoughts and behaviors and old patterns that have been hurting you all this time, feelings of guilt, feelings of I don't deserve this, feelings of, well, I should just try harder, well, I shouldn't take this time, I should clean this, I should do that, I don't deserve this time, I don't deserve to spend that money on myself, whatever it is. The only way you're going to really bring that crap to the surface and work through it is by taking this action to start taking care of yourself. And then as that stuff comes up, you can come into the group and say, hey, I'm really struggling because I don't know how to ask my husband to watch the kids so I can take a nap. I'm really struggling because my whole life I've been told that taking care of myself is selfish and I feel super guilty every time I do it. How do I work through that? And as you bring up these concerns in the group, I will teach a live class around that. So there's no set content. Why? Because I truly want this group to be responsive to the needs of those in the community. So whatever you are struggling with, I will do my best from my own personal experiences to share with you how I worked through that guilt, how I worked through those challenges, or I will recommend a book or a TED Talk or some sort of resource that can help you with that. I will basically do my best to lead you through this 3-month journey as you learn to nourish yourself every day. The goal is that you will unpack all of that stuff, release the bad patterns and habits that aren't serving you. I don't want to call it bad, like negative, unhelpful, and then replace it with new habits, new patterns, new thoughts that serve you, that help you to be the best version of yourself, the version of yourself that loves herself, that enjoys taking care of herself, that knows how to take care of her needs, knows how to ask herself what she needs, and has no problem giving herself what she needs. Okay? So if that sounds interesting to you, I am running the group for 3 months. It starts on Saturday and it's only $97 right now. That's like $1.07 a day for compassionate accountability, sisterhood, and daily encouragement and classes surrounding your needs. So I think that's a pretty dang good deal. And if you want to get in at that price point, please go to this link, miahemstad.com/no longer last. And I'm going to pull it up right now. You can go to miahemstad.com and the button for No Longer Last is right there. But the price goes up to $147 on Saturday. So definitely join before then. There's the link. Definitely join before then if this sounds interesting to you. We already have, I think, 7 women committed, and I've only announced the group a few days ago. So I'm actually hoping that it stays, like, you know, that this first founding group of women, that it's going to be a tight-knit, close community of like-minded women who are just ready to start prioritizing themselves. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that I threw that out there. Stephanie's so excited. I'm so excited to have you, Stephanie. So yeah, please DM me on Instagram if you have any questions, or you can email me through my website, and check out the page. You know, maybe this sounds like a lot, but check out the page to see if it's right for you. Because I know it's not right for everybody. Not everybody wants accountability when it comes to this stuff, but know that it's compassionate accountability. You're not going to feel stressed like, oh my gosh, if I don't do something nice for myself, I'm going to be in trouble or I'm going to feel bad. Like, I told this to a mom the other day who's super busy. She was asking me about the group. And she was like, oh, is there set content or classes that I have to attend, or is there certain structure? No. This group is not meant to make your life harder or busier or to give you more things to do. This group is meant to help you in the life that you're already dealing with. It's to help you to take care of yourself so that you can sustain through the challenges we're all facing. There are no million worksheets and there's no 500 classes that you need to watch. This is you going on a journey of learning about yourself, discovering yourself. Will I give you exercises? Yes. Will I provide a worksheet every once in a while to help you out if you want to use it? Yes. Will there be journal prompts? Yes. But you will not be required to do any of it. It is your journey, self-paced. I'm here to guide you, and there's a sisterhood around you to encourage you and to have someone to share at the end of the day and go, I had a really rough day, but I made sure I drank my tea while it was still hot, and I'm proud of myself for doing that. And we're here to say, good for you, girl. So if that is what you're looking for, I know for me, I've been really struggling with the isolation from lockdown, from the quarantine. I've been feeling lonely, and I'm like, man, I really want to be around more positive women. And I thought, you know what? Then I need to create that group myself. So that's what No Longer Last is. I hope you will join. I hope you'll go check out the webpage to see if it's for you. And again, this Saturday, August 8th, the price goes up. That doesn't mean the group is closed. So if you end up deciding later, it is $147, which I think is still a really good deal. But if you want an even better discount at $97, join today, tomorrow, before Saturday. All right, y'all. Take care. I hope you're doing as good as you can be right now. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you around on YouTube or Instagram, wherever you find me. Take care, guys.